I completely forgot how I. But yeah, do something like this. And check the phone, check if you're recording or not. Yeah, everything looks fine to me. It's been a while since we've used this machine. It's been very long, but I'm going to be setting some new rules for this one. Wait, hold on. Sorry. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. So, yes, we're back on the steer machine. However, I'm thinking of something different here. I should have fixed the shoes. But, okay, here's the rules for this machine. I'm going to try not to hold the handle. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting. We used to do 6 speed for this thing, but I really shouldn't be holding the handles, but I need to drink water. Okay, we'll go 6 speed for now. So yeah, we'll just casually walk up this thing. I'm not sure exactly what speed we used to do. I'm pretty sure 6 speed was our usual, but this time we're not going to be using any kind of. Let's try avoid touching the rails. I swear to God, if I get zapped, I swear to God, if I get zapped, am I supposed to be? I'm not supposed to be touching anything, but it also feels like I should be swinging my arms. Alright, not touching the handle, but I just don't want to get shocked. I think for Steves we're supposed to swing our arms, but I think it's because in the past we never did, so it feels kind of odd. Because in the past we're usually doing this, or we're usually doing this, but we just fully let go. What are my hands supposed to do? However, I must say, the steer machine's always like, I feel like it over exaggerates the calories. Because in 6 minutes we've already burned through 54 calories, which I don't know if that makes sense or not. Because it takes ourselves around 10 to 15 minutes to even get 100 calories on the treadmill. Just don't know what to do with my hands. It's almost like revisiting an old friend. It's been so long since we've used this thing, but due to the new rules, I will not lean onto anything. Just pure raw and nothing, holding onto nothing. You think in China, you think those big steers have rails? No. So yeah, I feel like we should be swinging our arms, but I'm not exactly sure if we should or not. Okay, I have like actual PTSD, I swear. Because when I used to not touch the rails, my arms would like slowly go side by side to the rail here, and it would build like some kind of electricity. And then the moment my hand go near the edge, I get zapped. So that's why I started holding onto the rail or holding onto here, because the electricity, like the energy, would travel through me. I don't actually know how it works, but apparently when we do this machine, electricity builds up or something, and then we get zapped if we don't touch it. Back in the day, I think we did like 12 to 14 speed, but that was when we put our whole entire body weight on. Wait, let's try 12 speed without touching anything. We're gonna die. Holding nothing is dangerous. Oh, that feels really weird. Holding onto nothing feels super weird. Yeah, like, look, it's so much easier when we just hold something. I think in the past, what we did was we went 14 speed, but when we went 14 speed, we did something like this. And doing this is super easy because look, I'm basically putting all the pressure on my upper body. Yeah, and if we don't touch anything, going 14 speed is ridiculous. Yeah, so going fast without holding anything is, we won't be able to last doing that for like a single minute. Huh. Not gonna lie, when you go fast on this without touching anything, the weight is super heavy. The weight's super heavy when you don't touch anything. So I guess the calories only, yeah, the calorie counter on the stair machine only counts towards assuming that you don't hold the rails. So therefore in the past. No wonder that's why when we swapped to running and walking, it felt a lot more body intensive because when we were on the stairs, we used the majority of our weight to take the pressure. Like as you can see right now, I can basically hover and yeah, or here I could lean. But at the same time, that was when I could use this machine to sleep. So like I would just close my eyes and sleep walk while automatically walking up this thing. I'm just not sure if we should be if we should be swinging our arms or not. However, one thing of this machine is that I remember that the steps on these ones, I mean, the only reason is that this step machine here, the handles are quite nice because when I used to do the sprint on this would allow me to put my whole entire body on and use as much pressure as possible. But the stairs here are not very wide. Like, I don't actually think they're that wide. However, one thing I am kind of curious on is the newer version next to me. Because we actually never really used this newer version much. Well, what I meant to say is that we've never used this newer version without touching any rails. And I've only got experience from getting zapped from this type of model. But maybe I might not get zapped over here. You never know because maybe the build quality is different. Maybe the machine's more grounded than this model. I just know for a fact that this model will literally zap me if I do not touch the handles and go on it for a prolonged period of time. Well, guess we'll be experimenting today. 14 minutes, 144 calories. Let's have a look. There you go. Those are the stats. We walk at six speed, and what does it say? There's no distance on our average calories. Yeah, the calories on this thing is really efficient now that I think about it, especially when you don't hold the rails. And the floor's 55, but I want to try this one now. So we're just gonna migrate. I know for a fact that during golden hour, no one uses these machines anyways, so we'll be alright. Yeah, so this is the newer model, but this one might be a bit less. This one might not be as zappy as the other one. Only problem is I just need to. We are using some time here. Let's go. We'll just do 50 minutes of this thing. I got vision of the entire place. It's all good. Okay, we'll do 15 minutes of this thing, but this one's obviously slightly different. This one's actually got more of a holder. Okay, you know what? Yeah, and this one's got wider steps, so we actually can step fully. Okay, so I guess for this test, we're gonna wait. This one's actually kind of well, this one's a lot less constricted. I could actually swing my arms Wait a minute. This Neo model, I can swing my arms. That one I can't because it's too tight. But this one's kind of perfect. Okay, I'm gonna have to just sacrifice myself here, and we're gonna walk at 6 speed and just see if the results are the same. So we're gonna walk at 6 speed, same as the other one, for 15 minutes, and see if we get the same results or not. Okay, but this machine, we can definitely swing our arms if we ever do so. And we're not gonna touch the handles, and hopefully I don't get zapped. Because I've never been zapped on this machine before, I think. I've only been zapped in that model. But perhaps this one's more grounded. The only reason I never used this one much for the old regime was because it's really hard to put my entire body weight on, because my hands will touch this, and there was no way, and also the temptation to use this is too good, because this thing here is just perfect. It's like a dip. So yeah, we're gonna research and test the steer machine again. No handles, no touching handles. So same theory as the steers, and no, same theory as the walking and running. Let's see what 12 speed looks like. I make very, very loud stomping sounds, that's for sure. Actually, going at 12 speed without touching the rails is actually kind of hard. Nowhere near compared to using our hands and taking the pressure off our feet and body. But yeah, I think when I first did cardio, I would aim to do Stairmasters without touching the rails. I think I just got lazy and started touching it. As a matter of fact, right now, I'm kind of battling my breath. Wait, was this the same problem when I used to do stairs? Is that when I used to do stairs, my speech was different way it is, because stairs require me to breathe a lot more, so my speech is a lot more spaced out. But it actually is, you could tell. Yeah. Wait, yeah. Speech is a lot more spaced out than walking on the treadmill. I guess it's because maybe my body's being used more. Were Stairmasters this OP? I think we took like an entire month off using the stairs. But it's probably been a solid three plus months since I've actually used the stairs without holding the rails. Like just straight up using the stairs without the rails. I think I forgot how OP it is. Because it's only been 5 minutes and the calories on this thing is apparently going crazy. And my body is actually breathing hard again. You know what? That is probably why our running speed's so good, because I started out with the stair machine. So therefore, without much experience on running, due to my cardio fitness on the Stairmaster before, it translated over to running quite well. So I guess that's why we could run 10 kilometers for 34 minutes without like stopping. Because back in my day, we would do Stairmaster until I died. Good old times. Too bad I never recorded it. but I remember it. I remember it fully, but I don't think it really counts anymore because back in my old day, when I did Stairmaster, I started aiming for speed instead of quality because I saw Sensei leaning his entire body onto the machine and going fast. And then they were aiming for they were looking at the floors. They weren't looking at anything else, they were looking at the floors. But now when I think about it now, those scores and the floors don't matter because using your weight is kind of cheating. Well, it is. Not kind of, it literally is cheating because, physics. But I remember back in my day, I would hold the rails and just go fast and endure the pain for like a solid 30 minutes. So maybe that's why my heart my heart hit, hold on. What I'm trying to say is that my heart is already used to going quite, what's the word? I've already pushed my heart in multiple scenarios, especially in the Stairmaster. So that's exactly why running isn't so different. It's just that when you run, your whole body jiggles a lot. I mean, you could say the same for this machine too. And actually, the only reason it jiggles a lot is because you're holding nothing when you're running. But during the stairs, if you hold on to things, you're not going to jiggle, are you? But look, if we go 12 speed without holding onto anything, we jiggle as well. Yep. Hold on, if we swing our body like this, with our arms out. Wait, this is efficient. Hold on. Look at this. If we walk up the stairs with our body swinging, it's not as painful. If we don't use our hands, we're I'm like using a lot of my thighs doing this right now. But if I swing, momentum, okay. Oh damn. It's actually kind of cutting my breath out, even though it's so slow. I guess it is quite taxing on the body, the stairs. I kind of like it, not gonna lie. Matter of fact, I'm kind of enjoying this. I probably sound like a psychopath, but this is actually quite enjoyable, even though I'm breathing quite hard. This is quite enjoyable. It's like coming back to a Knicks. Very nice. Might just stay on this again. Maybe for the next following week or so, we'll stay back on the stairs. Especially this one, because I haven't got zapped yet. And this one is a lot more better for no rails. The other one is good for rails. This one, not good for rails, but since our intention is to not use the rails and our intention is to walk without support, this one's better. If that makes sense. And we're swimming quite a lot too. I like this. I like it. Very nice. It's probably because it's just my dopamine. Yeah, it's just my dopamine. Kind of. It's because we haven't used this thing in so long. I really did forget about how efficient this thing is. One, it forces you to work. Two, it also trains your mindset into not holding the rails, you know? Like you got to resist putting your weight on and using like zero effort. And we can swing our arms. And these here are a lot more wider. So our entire foot actually gets planted. But I mean, hey, it is to be expected. This is the newer version of the other one. And therefore newer versions have better improvements, which means capability of swinging the arms, wider steps. That means, I guess, yeah, the return of the stairs. It looks like this machine, the calorie counting is still the same. Around 15 minutes, it's around 155. But mind you, we did climb up the stairs at like 12 speed for a few seconds. So that would change the calories a bit and the floors because, yeah. And it looks like my speech is going to be evident that this machine is taxing on the lungs because I really cannot talk that much at all. But it's not like I could have talked during speed walking or running anyways. So, yeah. Yeah, the data test isn't very accurate because at times we went fast on that one and this one. But the 10 km run is definitely more. What is it? 10k run uses more calories, I think. However, who said I can't run on this thing for 30 minutes? I should calculate how many. I should calculate the distance with the floors. I'll do that later. I should calculate how many floors equals how many kilometers. And then I'll see how long 10 kilometers is on the Stairmaster. Yeah? Sounds like a plan. Oh, 15 minutes. It's okay. During golden hour, I swear no one uses these anyways. Oh, there you go. 15 minutes, 157 calories. So, similar things. And what does it say? 59 floors. So I really got to calculate how many kilometers is in the floors. I'm gonna have to wipe these machines. Bear with me for a second. I gotta quickly wipe these machines. You know what? Maybe you get a whole new angle. Wait, you guys want to see something cinematic? Hold on. Oh, this is gonna take. Why am I doing? I'm wasting my time here. I'll show you guys something called cinematic. Okay, I'm done. I'm so done. Do you know how long that took me? Taking cinematic, I had to like walk back and forth like 1000 times. Literally had to walk back like 1000 times just to get that one shot. No wonder people don't film these things. Okay, I'm done. Do you know how long that took me so many. I had to walk back and forth like at least 6 times just to do that, by the way. You're welcome for that somewhat cinematic movie director style filming, getting all sorts of angles fast. Literally just to do, bro, literally just to put the spray bottle there. I had to walk back and forth like 8 times or something. I don't know what I'm doing. Hopefully they'll look cool. Or hopefully it'll look like anime or something. I don't know. Or like just movie in general. Whatever. Wait, I still have a banana and water to do. Alright. You didn't get to see the last part. That's okay. Could show the last part. Camera angle would be not worth it. Unfortunately, I couldn't show you that part, but it's okay. We need to set everything up. We need to drink the water and eat the banana and set up set up the landmine. Right? We got a lot of things to do. That was surprisingly light. After doing all that setup, we could finally drink water again. I'm gonna be sick. Basically, 1 liter of 1 kg of water in under 2 minutes. That was straight up like one kg of water in under 2 minutes. I'm gonna feel sick. It's alright. I mean, no, not sick. I've chugged water so many times already. It's not a big problem. Plus, the regime of doing Alpha 3 straight after the gyms is actually a lot better. It's not bad. Before we did break, before we ate and then waited a couple hours and then do Alpha 3, but it seems like doing Alpha 3 program before breakfast is again king because yeah. So yeah, not bad, I guess. Here's my. You gotta be kidding me. The timer. I never had a timer on, so I don't know how long I was standing around for. Add some more weight. Yeah, Alpha 3 regime can. No, breakfast can wait. We just eat a banana. Or eat a banana. I think I did it too fast. You eat a banana like a chip. You just nibble it non-stop. Nom 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 nom. Yeah, you just eat it nibble. Or what to say? You just eat it. You eat a banana like a chipmunk. Oh look, this is the sparkling water. But there's no more sparkling water. This is just filtered water. And I'm using the carcass. One thing though is that I actually enjoy the sparkling water. Actually not that bad. I think it depends on the scenario. What I did notice is that the sparkling was really good for like, you know, in the afternoon or nighttime. I think it's because it kind of gives me something to do. As in like, we're not supposed to. I'll basically near the nighttime and afternoon, my stomach is hungry, right? But the sparkling water is kind of it keeps it busy, kind of, or it just gives me some. It's like I sip on it. I don't like straight out drink it or chug it. I just sip on it, and it's actually quite enjoyable to a degree. Maybe it's just because I get to burp a lot for fun. Well, not for fun, but you know what I mean, right? It's just like just drinking it and their little burps. It's like I guess I don't even know what I'm saying, but sparkling water is good for like in the afternoon and nighttime. The only thing sparkling water sucks at is during food and morning. Because the example is if I'm trying to drink water in the morning, I don't want goddamn bubbles. I want to just drink the water. And when I'm eating food, I don't want some goddamn bubbles too. But if I'm just chilling on my computer, like editing, I just do a little sip, and it's like all good. 4 5, and then we're gonna go towards lat pull down. Looks like we're gonna have to go towards the machine one. Alright, yeah, we did yesterday's cooked earth. I didn't edit the video today. This time I didn't do any logs, which relies on my heavy editing powers. It really depends though, because when I do cooked earth, I don't really not stop talking. But I know that for a fact that the last yesterday's episode was more about. Well, no, it was still quite quite the adventure. I'm probably just gonna cut out the slight grinding part. I like speed up the grinding part. This week's been quite successful, I must say, to a degree. In a personal record on the treadmill, and then just a bunch of random cardios. Started out with the regime before breakfast and split the breakfast from carbs and meat. So now we eat the carbs first and then wait 3 to 4 hours and then eat the meat. I'll be honest, yesterday I kind of did eat like an hour earlier. Well, no, because we did wake up an hour, whatever. No, actually, it wasn't the best successful week. We could have done more cooked earth videos, and we could have done more videos. No, actually, we could have done more live streams, so it wasn't actually that good of a week. The lat pull down machine, one of the one of the scenarios where we have to use it when golden hour isn't very good. Now today's golden hour is it's alright. Today's golden hour cannot do the other pull downs. It's a bit too many. Well, no, technically we can do that one, but it's okay. Sometimes we can do this one. It's not bad. The machine one's also quite efficient. I'm gonna put an efficiency on this one. Well, you have to drink the water. We got to drink the water though, for real. We have to drink the water. The thing's kind of loose. Oh yeah, there. Hello. Must drink the water. And is there any other topics to talk about? Drink the water. The water's actually kind of slow today. Yeah, we gotta relax on the water. Can I hide you over here? I remember I used to hide you somewhere like this before, and it worked. I don't think this is gonna work. Can't see the screen. Oh yeah, you should be able to work right there, hiding behind the machine there. Right now, it's kind of. Oh yeah, I figured out a good strategy of the bread. Instead of toasting it, I'll just use the air fryer, and the air fryer on the bread on the toast works really well. I just straight up just shove the bread in the air fryer, and it makes it. Well, one, I can cook massive amounts in one go, but it also takes a tiny bit longer. Actually, now that I think about it, really depends. When we got more than like 8 slices of bread, then the air fryer is a lot better. It's like 10 minutes on max heat, and then they turn into basically toast. Of course, the thinner pieces turn into basically crumbs, but I don't mind. It's overall not bad, and yeah, it's really about it. We haven't had a big bowl of muesli in a while. That's alright. today's gonna be, I don't know, I don't really look forward to breakfast anymore. The thing is because we still have like Alpha 3 regime to do before breakfast, so I don't really think about breakfast anymore because it's not the first thing we do once we arrive back at HQ. We straight up just train Alpha 3 regime. I kind of half sleep during Alpha 3 regime now that I think about it, especially in the mornings. I half sleep. Maybe because I'm always like, it's like I'm lying down and I mean, sure, it's not comfortable, but I'm pretty sure in the past I've actually fell asleep during not Alpha 3 regime, but the previous regime, which I just called AB regime. But I did remember, like, literally knocked out once, like mid exercise. I just knocked out on the yoga mat. It was terrible. I have footage of me literally falling asleep. It's in the raw files. I can't remember the date, but I do remember that I once fell asleep during the AB regime. Actually, it's not the first time. Been multiple occurrences. I think that was during like the winter. Yeah, during the winter, during the AB regime in the winter. Straight up fell asleep like multiple times for like 30 minutes. I think those. I actually haven't fallen asleep early in a while. I think it's because I finally started sleeping early. Yeah, I actually don't know. To be honest, now that I think about it, I really am in bed before 9 or 21. Like, I think in the past I would be around 21 to 22, and then I would have a miserable morning. Not miserable, but I would be half asleep. But, now now we're slowly getting knocked out around 2030, 2040. I literally sleep like a starfish, so there ain't no waking me up. Literally a dead man. No, what is done. We will go. This is the fifth one, and then we're gonna do cable rows, and then we're gonna do the traps, and then help the 3 regime, and then eat some rice. I think there's rice today. I think rice or bread, whatever it is, I'll eat it. And I'm gonna eat the beef today in the later. I feel like we're stronger today because so far the landmine row machine, no, the landmine row and the lat pull down haven't really. I'm not one to judge people because I respect everyone that comes to the gym, so I'm not gonna say anything. I'm lying. I'm gonna say something. Eh, nah. I mean, respect for them coming. I guess sometimes I do observe people nearby during. Yeah, I observe some people, and sometimes there are some of those people that kind of test out everything for like test out every single machine and then leave, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but yeah, this one's busted together. We just have to deal with it. It's a lot worse conditions than the other one, but I just saw with my eye that we, yeah, it's fine. Whatever. These what it is. We gotta go check our weight as well. This tripod's still one of the biggest goats because it could change so much. I have absolutely no idea what our weight's gonna be. I'm gonna assume. Actually, I don't even know this time. Can't tell. 69.50. But that is what we are. 69.50. Spider-like tripod. Very spider-like tripod. There's no timer on the phone. not much to talk about. Just gotta start editing the cooked Earth videos. Should really work on the live stream regime, huh? My live stream regime has definitely slacked off significantly because I don't really have a dedicated time, nor do we have a dedicated schedule. I think, no, streaming's kind of basically just gaming. So I really just have a random time now. So I don't really have like a dedicated time. I don't really have like a pattern. I really should have like a pattern, huh? It's alright though. Again, when I stream, it's not like when I stream now, I don't actually look at the viewer numbers. I just look at the chat, and I don't know if it's 0 people, 1 person, or 10 or 50, like that one time during ARC. I think it was the stream when we were taming the Quetzal. Apparently, that one had like nearly 100 plus people watching. I think it's because it was my first time taming a Quetzal. That's like yeah, it was interesting. Not sure what to say. But yeah, we haven't really been eating muesli much, have we? Really should just eat muesli. I think it's because there's just so much bread. So I've just been eating the bread lately. And I'll eat any rice nearby too. I don't really mind rice. I think, well, actually, I don't really mind rice now, considering that we do Alpha 3 regime first. Haven't gone hunting and fishing in a very long time. Thing is because, I think it's because, what's my excuse for not fishing and hunting? I would say lazy, but maybe it's because it kind of scuffs up the routine sometimes. I don't really know. But we really should too. No, what am I saying? We really should be hunting and fishing because we should take advantage of the warm weather. Yeah, because the moment it becomes cold again, I am not going outside. When it gets cold again, we'll probably end up focusing a lot on streaming and stuff. We haven't even hunted at the pier yet. I did say we were supposed to try kill all of those sharks. We have been quite isolated from the outside for a while. I think it started from I believe we stopped doing a lot of hunting and fishing during the Ark series. When I first started doing the Ark Island. Yeah. Maybe because Ark's just significantly more, I guess, I mean, there's nothing to be ashamed of, but definitely Ark is way more entertaining than fishing to a degree. Because it's like brand new species in a virtual game. And I could talk a lot. Whereas when we do hunting and fishing, depending on how many people are on the pier, I literally just stay silent-ish. Now we shall do the shrugs, and then that's basically it. Yeah, we haven't really gone fishing and hunting yet. It's been a while. I got everything ready though. It's not hard. I just have to. I have to just dedicate like maybe dedicate like an hour or two. Dedicate 1 hour or two to setting up the van. I think I've learned my mistake from Simmer. Where is it? Hold on. Let me cook. This thing's nasty. Oh my goodness, it's nasty. Whoever used this thing made like an entire trail of sweat. Yeah, this thing's dirty as hell. Make it rain, make it rain, make it rain. Yeah, whoever used this thing, like, made like an entire trail of sweat. Like, so what did I say now? Yeah, I was gonna say, if we actually do go hunting and fishing again, I'm gonna have to do a lot of prep. First of all, I'll need to have to research if the conditions are even good, which they actually haven't, because the river and rain makes the water murky. I need to check the tides, check the weather, check the wind, and then when conditions are okay and I plan to go to the next day, then I'll have to prepare the rod, prepare the reels, the lures. No, prepare the rod, prepare the reel, prepare the what is it called? Lost my word. Rigs. You know, prepare the bait, prepare the trolley, prepare the tripod, and just prepare everything. And also prepare a new set of clothes as well, because if we ever do go towards the pier or go hunting and fishing, I am going to, yeah. What I'm saying is we're not going to go home, and that means that also we'll have to minimize the water as well. We'll have to stop consuming one bottle, and then after the pier trip or after hunting and fishing, we'll have to do the Alpha regime, eat food, which will delay digestion for the next day, and also will delay the streaming. And then I've also got a whole bunch of the footage will take longer to edit, and footage will take it. It kind of, I mean, it's not bad. It really depends. I don't really mind it. It's just I guess I haven't really been bothered to it. I think I look forward to more of ARC series and framework testing and eating food. Matter of fact, we even stopped. I think we actually stopped hunting and fishing when we decided to start eating 2,600 calories, which honestly, it's not bad. I mean, yeah, we've gained a lot of, we've gained a decent amount of fat back, but at the same time, the muscles are very, very much the same, bigger toned, and uh, yeah, I think we are lowering it though. I have been slowly lowering the calories a tiny bit, but yeah, perhaps 2,600 calories isn't. Maybe we have to go 2,400 calories. But even so, even though we've gained a lot of weight back, right? Physique wise, this morning I looked pretty good. I mean, I know the top two abs are not that, they're not as visible as before, but like literally everything else is like bigger and more pumped. Like I think when I was literally starving myself almost, like literally almost starving myself, my muscle mass went down by so much, but the top abs were there, and my chin was really sharp. But then I think something clicked in me and realized that I don't think that was, well. I mean, we changed it. Yeah, I was literally the muscle mass went down so much, but now that we're eating 2,000 something calories, the muscles are definitely happy again, and the fat's kind of creeping up. But the fact that our running speeds, our cardio is still like not even is actually improved. It's not bad. Okay, one more and then we'll be heading out. Oh yeah, didn't I think I said this once. Like when it's not golden hour, like before golden hour, there was this like respected this other guy. And he was like small, but like toned, but small, but toned. Don't really. Okay, I'm kind of tempted to ask, but I'm obviously gonna put the camera away first. I'm gonna ask some. Yeah, hold on. As a, I was gonna ask some. This is like this really buff guy. Should probably ask him. I might ask. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I know we're kind of late. There was no arc today, unfortunately, but we have time to kind of do a short video. So we're going to be looking at this one. 1 year ago, 3 actually horrifying true stories. Let's go. The mic's blocking the thing again. It's all good. I need to think about like a new way to do the mic. That's what I've been doing recently. Thinking about a better spot to put this mic, but for now we just have to deal with it, even when it comes to arc. I mean, technically I could move this mic kind of like that to a degree. That works out. Alright, story 1 by Adam. Let's go. See if we can break it down.
When my cousin Cody and I were in our early 20s, we went on a handful of camping trips around Colorado. This happened, I believe, when I was 22 and he was 23, and it happened in Arapahoe Forest. It was my first time camping there, not Cody's though. It was in the middle of the week. Our jobs allowed us to have off days in the middle of the week, and we'd often go on our campouts then to avoid traffic and crowds. I always let Cody take charge on these trips. He's the Eagle Scout, not me. We parked by a picnic area, and we set foot into the woods from there. After about 15 minutes of hiking deeper into the woods, we found a good spot to set up camp. A good spot meaning a big enough clearing to fit 2 tents, the portable stove, and a campfire.
Okay, so 2 20-plus-year-old men. Alright, seems pretty reasonable to me so far. Nothing wrong here. 2 dudes camping?
The first thing we did was unpack our stuff and set up our tents. Cody has always been a lot quicker than me in pitching a tent. He does it in only a few minutes. It always takes me over 20 minutes. Or rather, it always took me over 20 minutes, as I haven't been camping out in the wilderness since this. The next thing we did was create a ring of stones for a fire, and then gathered some sticks and wood. He did bring some fire starter and a lighter, so I guess we kind of cheated, but oh well.
It is what it is.
It was at the point in the day when the sun was going down. We had a fire going, and now Cody was grilling up some steak and burgers.
That's chill.
One thing about Cody is he always went all out with the food on these trips, and he's a really good cook, so I always trusted him with feeding us. Of course, we had our bear spray in case the smell of the food would attract a black bear, which Cody always said was very unlikely. He always says the real thing you gotta worry about in the middle of the woods is other people.
Yep.
As we ate our steak and burgers, we cracked open some beers and had some classic rock playing on the speaker. If you've never been camping, you don't understand how good of a vibe moments like this are.
True.
In the wilderness with a friend or family member and some beers, reminiscing about
Okay,
good
not the beers,
times and
but
vibing to
camping.
music. As it got dark,
Okay, hold on. Music and beer's not a thing I do, but I can get the vibe. I can get it.
we started playing card games on this little folding platform table we
That's
brought
chill.
specifically for cards. After playing more traditional card games, we started playing Uno. And
Hey.
this was when we heard
Yo, so far the story just sounds absolutely chill. You got bear spray, you got a fire, you playing Uno with your mate, you ate some steaks and burgers. Straight up chill. That sounds chill to me. What? That's all goods. Everything here sounds really good.
something out in the woods. I paused the song on my phone so that the speaker would go silent. It was clear now. We heard a person humming and footsteps from beyond the trees in the pitch blackness of the forest.
GG, humans are more dangerous.
Cody urged me to find the flashlight. I tried, but by the time I found it, the sounds had faded away. I asked Cody if that was something to be concerned about.
Yep.
And he said it definitely was unusual for someone else to be this deep in the woods, let alone creepily walking by a campsite with an active campfire humming
Well,
loudly.
To be fair though, you did have a loudspeaker playing music throughout the whole forest, so you know they might have heard that. Maybe they came to tell you to shut up. Maybe they camping around too. I mean, they parked in a public picnic and walked 50 minutes away from the picnic spot, so depending on what the ecosystem is, some people might be camping too. You never know. Got to be optimistic in this situation. You bought bear spray, but you didn't bring any kind of weapons. Again, just depends on your ecosystem, you know what I mean? Like, who are the people around you? Does your place have guns or not, you know?
I was a bit shaken, and I saw Cody was too. We went back to playing cards with the music much lower now. When
Why
we
would you even
least
play music?
expected it, a big stick landing in the middle of our campsite made us both jump out of our skin.
What?
It didn't fall from a tree. This thing was thrown at us by someone. Cody started yelling something along the lines of, "Whoever's out there messing with us, get a life and f*** off." And then, footsteps could be heard once again in the distance. They were walking away from us. I said we should pack up camp and move somewhere else.
Smart. Not move somewhere else, but pack up camp.
He said absolutely not in the dark.
Oh,
We both
do you guys not have flashlights? Okay, maybe just go home at this point. GG, right?
had bear spray, and he advised to just keep it next to me in my tent when we go to sleep. It was the closest thing to ranged self-defense weapons we had. We kept hearing sounds like tree branches cracking in the distance, sounds that you would never expect an animal to be making. Someone was out there, maybe multiple people, that much was clear. We had to go to sleep eventually, so we agreed that maybe we should take turns staying up to keep watch to make
Okay,
sure that
smart.
no one comes to our campsite and steals anything, or worse. Cody agreed to take first watch. He said he'd stay up and read his book. So I crawled into my tent and then my sleeping bag and went to sleep. Waking up in the middle of the night while camping is normal. You're in a cold, outdoor environment in an uncomfortable sleeping bag. Any number of things could wake you up. I didn't yet know what woke me up. I was still in a fog. My brain didn't feel fully woken up yet. I looked up and saw a head peering into my tent. It looked like Cody. I rubbed my eyes, but really it was the darkness that was preventing me from seeing anything of his face. I said, "Cody?" thinking he was waking me up to take my turn of keeping watch.
Okay, fair enough.
I said groggily, "Is it my turn?" I stared at the head peering at me in my sleeping bag, slowly growing more awake every second. Then I heard the zipper to the tent quickly zip up, and his head disappeared. I laid back down in my sleeping bag, but only for a second. I suddenly had some weird moment of clarity, where I shot to an upright position and listened as the footsteps walked away. "Cody," I said. He didn't answer. I unzipped my tent to peek out to the campsite. The fire was dead. Cody wasn't out there.
Oh,
I
GG.
went over to Cody's tent, which was zipped up. I unzipped it and looked inside to see Cody fast asleep in his
L friend. He couldn't keep his word. Unless... Gee, it is what it is.
sleeping bag. I got chills, goosebumps, whatever you want to call it. I almost shit myself at the realization.
That wasn't Cody.
I started shaking him awake, and when he finally awoke, I told him someone's here, at the campsite. It took him a minute to come back to reality, just like I did. But when he did, he grabbed his bear spray. He said he must have dozed off while reading. He said I should sleep in the tent with him tonight.
What?
But to do that...
Hey, hold on now, yo. Yo, hold on now. You both got to sleep. One of you guys stay up. What do you mean both sleep in the same... Hold on now. Hey, relax.
bag. He came outside of the tent with me and stood watch as I ran to my tent to grab my sleeping bag. In my tent, grabbing my sleeping bag.
Actually,
I
now that I
heard
think
that
about
goddamn-
it, that's not that weird, because when I used to go camping with the boys, basically shoulder to shoulder, no homo. It's not that bad. Damn it, that's cringe. That is cringe. Can't shake off the smile. I remember camping with the boys, shoulder to shoulder in the tent. Fuck, we did retarded stuff, hey. I remember one of the dudes pulled out their phone. I was watching some stupid thing. GG. Can't wipe the smile off now. Oh, that was so stupid. Now I remember what the boys when we went camping once. Mate next to me, chilling. He pulls out his phone and just starts watching the most stupid thing ever. He was watching something really bad.
I'm humming again from outside.
Focus
I
on the
grabbed
story.
it, and Cody whispered at me to hurry up. I said, "You hear that too?" He said yes. We both got back in his tent and zipped it up, with our cans of bear spray by our sides. I tell you, in those moments, I wanted nothing more than for a bear to come and save the day. The hours dragged on as I stayed up while Cody slept. After 3 long, horrible hours, I woke him up and we switched.
Okay.
When Cody woke me up, it was almost dawn. There was light outside. So we packed everything up, and by the time we were done, there was plenty of light to hike back to the car. While we could have driven somewhere else and had another night of camping elsewhere, neither of us were feeling it anymore.
Nice.
This was a haunting experience, and I think we both just wanted to be in the safety of our houses. It's been 6 years since this happened, and he's hit me up a few times since then about camping, but I haven't really had interest since this experience. People are just too scary. Why was someone out there stalking our campsite? And the sight of that person's head in the dark, just looking into my tent, it was straight up from a nightmare. I may never go camping again, honestly.
True. That first story. Not gonna lie, the guys did like pretty much all of the right things. However, except his friend fell asleep, which is a bit bad, but you know, they got to the end of it, no problem. Sparkling water sucks. Right, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately we only managed to do 7 minutes, so basically 10 minutes of story time today. See you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll probably do a longer arc series. I haven't actually edited Cooked Earth episode 2, mainly because I realized that OBS really doesn't like Final Cut Pro, because it seems like with Final Cut Pro, after like 1 to 2 hours of footage, the audio and the video are not in sync. So I had to go on DaVinci and like do a bunch of rendering and changing it up and stuff. So I haven't actually edited episode 2 yet. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate it for you guys today. I know that was a very short one, but hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing me smile there, because that camping story just reminded me of the boys once camping shoulder to shoulder in a tent, out of the tent, running around in the dark. What else did I do? Well, they were drinking, eh? Yeah, they drank. What year was I when that happened? Can't remember. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, see you guys next time, right? Bye bye.